Hello, everybody. Ella J here on behalf of WrestleZone, and today I am once again joined by your now former PWA heavyweight champion, the Granola Grappler, Jessica Troy. How are you today?
I'm doing so well now that I get to see your beautiful face. So much better now.
Thank you. It's been about just over a year since the last time we talked. A lot has changed. But I will say you were still amongst the top talent in the world, as recognized by PWA 500. We'll get to that a little bit later. I will say, though, something that has changed since the last time I talked to you, you've now got kind of a new nickname, the Granola Grappler. What is the origin story behind this moniker? I'm so curious.
I always have like really interesting origin stories behind
Yeah.
my nickname. I'm pretty sure I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure someone commented on one of my Instagram pictures. They just said, "Oh, granola grappler," and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty sick." I must have been wearing like a was it like a hippie-ish kind of outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
So like a granola girl plus a wrestling grappler. And I was like, it's perfect for me. It makes perfect sense with like the whole crocheted outfit and
Yeah.
my style in the ring.
You've always been one who kind of has like the hippie retro, but also kind of like n earth nature friendly vibes. But you can also hit really hard, You're still collecting arms, don't get us wrong. Um,
Always.
but I really like Granola Grappler. I feel like that perfectly encapsulates you. Sometimes it's just the Instagram comments that'll give you the inspo, Sometimes that's all we need.
That happens all the time for me. It's either an Instagram comment or sometimes it happened when I was in Queensland recently. It was a chant in the crowd. They were saying something like, crochet, go away, because I was a bad girl. And I was like, oh, I like that. Maybe that's a shirt design in the future. Who knows?
Oh, I like that. There's also like a Shantae you stay, but like crochet you stay. I think you've done that one.
Yes, that was
Which
a
is
it was a caption on one of my Instagrams once. I was like,
yeah,
that's perfect as well.
you can do a lot of things with that. By the way, I'm still impressed that you can wrestle in the crochet and not be dying. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
There is one outfit I've only worn once, I'll be honest, and it was actually last year for or was it this year? This year for Coliseum when I wrestled Charli Evans on night one.
yeah,
It was like a full green top and it was so thick. It was like a mat, and I wore it once in that like half an hour match. Have not worn it since. I
she
couldn't
goes
breathe.
never again.
I can't do that.
That's the beauty though. You have the full creative control to wear what you want. We'll talk about some of your creative outfits a little bit later, but like I said, 'tis the season. We are here to talk about PWA Kick-Ons at the Factory Theater on December 5th. PWA's most festive, but also final Black Label show of the year. From what I understand, you, Shay Kassidy, and Big Fudge are going to be teaming up with a mystery partner in hopes of taking down. You mentioned Charli Evans. She's part of North Shore Wrestling. You'll be facing her and her teammates. You're obviously no stranger to North Shore, have a bit of history there. What are
Little.
your thoughts heading into this match?
It's actually really interesting. It's a really weird like contrast because normally kick-ons and the last show of the year is festive, as you said, and it's kind of
Yep.
more lighthearted and a bit of fun, and we get
Yeah.
like crowd interaction. But now I also have like this massive grudge match I'm going into because it's against North Shore Wrestling, who I
Yep.
hate. So it's like I want to be lighthearted and have a bit of fun, but also I want to like, do the job, get the job done.
Yeah. This year, especially 2025, talking about one of your partners has been a really, I feel like, pivotal year for Shay Kassidy. Obviously, she's no stranger to tag team wrestling as a part of the Backside Girls. Kingsley is now off in Canada. I visited her recently.
Oh,
But Shay
awesome.
Kassidy has been exploring a lot of more singles action this year. So she's been kind of branching out. What is that like for you to kind of be a firsthand witness to her growth? You've been in tag team action before and then branched out. So you're kind of on that similar trajectory. What advice would you give her?
Yeah, it's really cool to like witness it, especially since I can see a lot of similarities between us.
Yeah.
Not just even like wrestling career wise, we're quite similar people as well. We're a bit quirky and I don't know, we can take a joke pretty well. I can see a lot of similarities. Like we're very similar people inside the ring and outside the ring.
Yeah.
So tagging with her, I'm really excited. But I'm also really excited to see what she does 2026 in her whole like singles run because it's
Yeah.
been like magical this year. She's gotten all over Australia. She's like forced her name out there, which is so inspiring, realistically. Like, so few people are able to do that, basically just force themselves into the scene and be like, I'm one of the best wrestlers, so I'm going to be wrestling at your promotion, your promotion, your promotion. And she's done it this whole year. So I'm excited to see where she goes next.
Next year. 2026 is right around the corner, which is crazy to say.
Crazy to say.
Obviously though, that is not the only match we're going to be seeing at Kick-Ons. We got a full card. Obviously, the soul of PWA Championship is going to be on the line with the Tuckman defending against somebody who you're very familiar with, Jack Bonzo. We've also got Robbie Eagles versus Scott Green. Ricky South is hosting an open challenge, which has since been answered by Jesse Lambert. We got a six-man tag team tables match. We also got the Velocities versus CBK. It's a stacked card for the final show of the year. Besides yours, I may know the answer. But what match would you say you're most looking forward to?
So you think I'm gonna say like Robbie Eagles versus Scott Green, which I am very much looking forward to that. But I also kind of know how it's gonna go anyway. Like I'm biased, I get it, but it's like I know how it's gonna go. So obviously that one, but I'm also really excited for CBK versus Velocities. It's CBK's, I'm pretty sure it's their Black Label debut. So they haven't
Yeah,
wrestled as a tag team on our Black Label shows. And the fact that their first one is against the
yeah,
Velocities is going to be like insanity because you have Paris and you have Jude, but then you also throw Rita Stone in there, and she's like so similar to them. So you have the three little tiny guys that can run really fast, and then you have Ben Braxton, who's like double their size.
yeah.
It's such an interesting dynamic, and I'm really excited to see CBK like show it out, show what they do.
I was talking to Rita earlier this year, and she said like one of her goals was to get on a PWA Black Label show. And so what
You
greater
just fit it in
way
there.
Yeah, what greater way than to end the year on that, you know? And the Velocities, I mean, former PWA Tag Team Champions. I'm looking forward to that because, like you said, it's a lot of high flying, fast pace. But then Ben Braxton brings the power and the strength. So I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously, Robbie Eagles is a mainstay there. We've also got
Yes.
the Soul of PWA title, which is kind of now that I'm looking at you, I realize. Would you classify yourself as a redhead?
See, here's the thing. I'm gonna be very open and honest here. Never once have I been a natural redhead. I've been a
Okay.
redhead, but that's my choice. So I don't think that counts as the whole thing they got going on
Yeah.
over there because they both have no choice in the matter. Mine
Yeah.
was voluntarily.
Mm. It's funny though because Bonza tried to recruit Tuckman, they got the redhead mutual commonalities there, but Tuckman's like, "Nah." Has Bonza approached you about potentially aligning?
You know what? He hasn't. So I feel like I don't know if he's just like he doesn't. I know it's washed down a little bit. Actually, to be fair, I dyed it darker at the start of the year, and now it's washing
Yeah.
out back to a more reddish tone. I was like, I'm not actually a redhead though, so
Mm.
maybe I'll wash it out a bit more, and he'll see the red.
Mm. Well, I'm kind of rooting for a little reunion there, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see what happens. We still got to get through this solo PWA championship match.
And
And
I have to
like
do
we
my tag team match. Oh,
That's true. That's true. It's going to be a stacked card. And like we said, it is the most festive show of the year. So I would be remiss if we didn't talk about a little bit of the holidays. Is Christmas like, I genuinely don't know this. Is Christmas a big thing in Australia?
100%. And like,
Okay.
let me be clear, I despise people that say, "Oh, I don't really get Christmas. I don't like Christmas." No, grow up. I love Christmas. Christmas is like the best time of year. Yeah, I imagine it's quite different to the States though, because obviously it's your winter. It's our summertime.
Right.
Yes. So we're used to classic like if you have a pool, you go to the pool. Last year for Christmas, I went to the beach after we ate lunch for like a beach swim. We have like cold meat at lunchtime, so we'll have a bunch of seafood. Not that I eat meat, but, it's there. Can't stop it. Bunch of seafood, like ham, like colder style food, salads and barbecues maybe, but not really like hot food or snow. It's more sand.
I forget. I don't know if I talked about this with one of my Australian friends. Have you experienced snow before?
I've experienced it in Australia a few times as well because it does snow here, just not very much. And
Yeah,
when we go like skiing or snowboarding, you go to a place where they have to like throw in a bunch of fake snow as well. But I mean, it's still snow, right? But I have actually also seen it in Chicago for a Shimmer weekend once. It
right.
started snowing, so Charlie and I, friends at the time, run
Yes.
outside, and it's like you can see the cement still. There's a tiny bit of white on the ground, but we're freaking out because we've never seen snow fall
Yeah.
from the sky. So that was pretty cool.
I can hear the hallelujah music playing as the snow is going
As
down, and
Dave
you two are
Prazak
like,
walks past, like, what the hell is wrong with these people?
by the way, Shimmer just celebrated a big anniversary, I think. Was it 20 years?
Yeah, 20th.
Um,
So cool.
ugh, that was, man. What are some of your fond memories from Shimmer? You got to work there a little bit, late 2010s actually. What are some of your fondest memories at Shimmer?
A lot of my fond memories are being backstage because I remember it was such a big deal for me to get the shimmer. I feel like it was a lot of
Yeah,
girls like goals when you first start wrestling. So to get there and I'm surrounded by all my friends plus this greater circle of girls who have inspired me and I've looked up to for like the past 20 years basically. And I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous, but yay for making friends. So we had like a little circle, be all the Aussie girls plus Nicole Matthews and Zoe Lucas.
yeah,
And we would just be like popping the entire time because they're such hard weekends. But and because you wrestle multiple times a day,
yeah.
all weekends. But when you're backstage just hanging out with your friends, it's the best time. Plus, I got to wrestle Candice LeRae, who was like my favorite wrestler
You
ever.
did,
So
you did.
yeah.
We need to come back, Shimmer. We miss you. It's been
Please,
too
Shimmer. Dave,
long.
please. Please, I beg you.
I know. It's been fun seeing like all the throwback photos and photo shoots from all the past 20 years going on. Especially seeing some of the names, like you said, like a Candice LeRae. I know Mercedes Martinez was there, Bailey, Davina Rose, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah.
Young Becky Lynch. There's so many names there. But you know, you mentioned the holidays. It is warm over there in Australia during this season. So I'm curious, do you have any like unique or like sacred traditions you do every year personally for the Christmas season?
Oh, what do I do every year? I have like movies that I try to watch every year. Like my go-to Christmas movie is 100% The Grinch. I
It's a
love
good
The
one.
Grinch. I could watch that every single year. On Christmas Day, my we always wake up, my mum will do a big breakfast, so we have like drinks, food, we'd open presents, and then we'd eat more food for lunch. And now she's moved recently, so as I said last year, we went to the beach for a swim. This year we'll probably do the same thing. So I'm hoping our new tradition is after lunchtime we do like a beach swim because it's just like so close, so it's
That'll be
lovely.
fun. I'm gonna live
Yeah.
vicariously through you.
Yeah.
I'm used to the snow, but sometimes I want the beach, you know? A good swim. You mentioned your mom. Do you have any favorite holiday memories, whether it's with her or just elsewhere in your childhood?
Oh, there was this one Christmas I remember. We got like spoiled at Christmas time. I didn't grow up in like a rich family or anything like
Yeah.
that. We're very like middle class, lower middle class.
Okay.
Um, but we got spoiled at Christmas time. Somehow they'd always just pull it off, even though throughout the year they'd be like, "Oh, we're not getting many presents this year, or it's gonna be a quiet Christmas this year." It never was. But I got this present once. It was I think they're called moon shoes or something. So it was like trampoline shoes.
I think they were called moon bouncers or
Moon
something here in the
bouncers or
States.
something like that.
That's like unlocking a memory. I didn't even remember I had moon
I don't
shoes.
know
Yeah,
why
I
I
know what
can
you're
recall
talking
this.
about.
Yeah,
I can recall the commercial.
but I can only remember ever playing with them on that Christmas. So where did they go? I don't know. But I remember opening it. I was so excited, and like mum and dad were there, and they came outside, and we'd start playing with all the toys because it's like warm outside. So we just play with everything outside. And I go to jump on these shoes, expecting it to be like I'm gonna be like I'm on the moon. There's not gonna be any gravity, and it's literally like I get this far, like it's nowhere near the trampoline this, but I'm just there popping, so all worth it.
Wow, that unlocked a memory I didn't even remember I had. That's crazy. You mentioned movies, Christmas music, holiday music. Now, here, once it hits midnight, Halloween into November 1st, it's like right away. Sometimes it's at like 6 p.m. the day of Halloween, depending where you're at. What
Hmm.
are some of your favorite Christmas songs?
Oh, okay. My favorite Christmas album, which is
Okay.
another tradition at my house, is the Michael Bublé
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
album. And what song does he sing? Oh, I feel like it's not it's a good song, but the context is a bit iffy, but it's Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yes, I
I
know. Yeah.
love that song. Like it's so good. And it's Michael Bublé singing, so it's like it's fine.
Yeah. He has that like dreamy, like whimsical, but also like happy, upbeat, cheery, and warm vibes. Like I get it. Yeah.
100%. And then the Ariana Grande song. I feel like I can't remember what it's called, but there's one by her that I'm
I
like,
know
that's
that
it.
she does
That's it.
Santa Baby. That one
It
I'm
could be
singing
that
in my
one.
head right now.
I think it is that one because I also
Yeah.
love the song Santa Baby, so most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, I can hear her voice right now. She does the Santa baby darling
Oh,
like
yes,
the
that
high
is it.
note.
That's
Yeah.
100% it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. I'm looking forward to the holiday season. You guys will have to check out Kick Ons for PWA on December 5th. It'll be a bit early our time, but assuming that it's streaming, we can always go back and rewatch the stream here. Um,
100%.
but like I said, a lot has changed since the last time I talked to you. You are now a former PWA heavyweight champion. After a dare brutal does I feel like is not doing it justice.
And
Last
long. It was such a long
40
match.
minutes. 40 minutes. Your last wrestler standing match at PWA Chubbs versus Troy, which by the way, not many people get like events named after them. So that is a big
That's my
feat in and
second
of
one,
itself.
so you know,
You're probably the only person in Australia that can say that. I don't
good.
know if
There
that's
should be, I
actually
should start
factual,
paying attention to
but
that. Yeah.
we're claiming that.
Thank
Um,
God.
we had chairs. You cut Charlie's forehead with your sword.
I forgot about
Um,
that.
you were bleeding. There's a lot of blood there, a lot of violence. How did you feel physically afterward, from what you recall?
I actually can't even. Oh, that's not. I can't remember how I felt physically afterwards. I was just really, not in that sense, but I was like really. I was
Yeah.
almost ecstatic.
Hmm.
Obviously, I was sad about the belt, but you can't hold on to that kind of stuff forever.
Yeah.
I'm not used to losing, but I've lost before, so I know how to
500,
handle a loss.
538 days. Yeah.
Can't be angry at that, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I was ecstatic and I was really proud of myself, not just for that match, definitely, but for the whole title reign. It was a bit of almost like a full circle moment when you win the belt because it was really, really special for me to win it off Ricky South.
Yes.
And then the whole title run felt magical, and then full circle coming and losing it to even like it being Charlie, it felt really nice. So I was just, I don't know, I was happy after.
Did you say something nice about Charlie Evans? Wow.
I said something
This is
nice about my
progress.
title reign.
Fair enough. I will say though, even though you lost, you had some dope gear. You had this warrior inspired gear with the Colosseum sword. You had the headgear, just everything after winning the Colosseum tournament. Tell me more about the backstory and putting together this warrior gear.
So I was doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, whatever, and I come across this creator who had made a similar headpiece, like a
So
knight's
cool,
helmet,
man.
out of like it was crocheted, it was out of wool. I don't know how she did it. But I sent it to my mum and was like, "Can you make this?" And I sent her all these things, and she's like, "I don't know, maybe." And then once I won Colosseum and I won the sword, I was like, oh, I, I need to do a night outfit now, don't I? Because I have the idea for the helmet and I have a
Yeah.
sword.
Yes.
So mum and I designed the rest of the outfit together. I just kind of tell her what I want, and she like knits and crochets it into reality somehow because she's amazing. Um, and it was also inspired by Chapel Roan's VMAs performance where she performed "Good Luck, Babe."
Yeah.
Because she was like Joan of Arc night kind of get up, and I was like, that's going to be me. So lots of different inspiration, but mainly my mum doing the work.
God bless your mom, gear maker and best friend. She's an icon. Shout out
She's yeah,
to your mom.
And she's the best because she already like she buys so much stuff to obviously make it. She buys the wool, but she already had like or the little tiny pieces that like had a knight on them or a horse on them, like the tiny little
Mhm.
extra things that, and she always says, no one's gonna know these little details. No one's gonna know this. I'm like, Mum, I will tell people. I will point it out. I will post pictures of it. People are gonna know this. But she has such a collection of like crafty things.
Yeah.
It's cool to see her like want to use it because she's always scared about, when's the right time to use this thing? When's the right time to use that thing? But I feel really special that she uses it for me, so it's nice.
Yeah. What are some little things that maybe you want to point out so she knows that you appreciate it?
There's a few, especially for the night outfits. It's on the helmet to connect the little feathery pieces. There's like a button, and on the button, somehow she had this. It's like a crest of a horse, and it just looks
That's
very
cool.
medieval. And she had like perfect matching ones, and then she had beads that went down, and she had like the perfect number of beads that also kind of matched the theme. And in the middle, there was like this big sparkly brooch.
Yeah.
So she like probably ripped it off something that she owned and just like what did we do? I can't remember what kind of glue it was, but it was a glue where we glued it onto the crochet. We also have a new one coming up that has taken a long time. Not in
Okay.
like I'm not dragging her either. Go off, mum. Thank you very much. There's no time limit, but it's taking so long. I originally wanted to wear it for what show? The Climb.
Oh
I
yeah.
originally wanted to wear it for the Climb, and I'd say it's not even halfway done yet now.
So
So it's
2026.
yeah,
Okay.
sometime maybe halfway through, but it'll be worth it because it's something special.
Oh. Can you give us a
Yeah,
little teaser of what a theme or a color scheme might be?
color theme. I think it's going to be my new go-to color. That's
Okay.
the hint.
Okay.
Theme under the sea.
Oh. Okay.
Mm.
I look forward to
Oh
that. You'll
yes.
need
Don't
to
worry,
to
I'll show
bring
you
it
a picture
out.
after.
Okay. You need to bring it out for the right occasion.
Yes.
You mentioned your PWA championship reign though. We mentioned 538 days. You had lots of magical matches during that time. What would you say is your proudest match or title defense during that reign?
Besides the one I had, obviously winning it against Ricky, already mentioned that.
Yes.
That was cool. Losing it against Charlie, again, cool. My, oh, I had so many fun matches. Like I had a random triple threat. It was me versus the Velocities. I think that was
Yes.
my first title defense, and that was so much fun. But I think my favorite one might be me versus Ben Braxton. It was a random match. I don't think it was even advertised. He was saying something, and I came out and I said, "Fine, fight me for it." And then the ref came out, and yeah, we opened the show, and I had so much fun in that match. He can just
So
throw me around.
sometimes it's those spontaneous. Now, obviously, it's spontaneous to the crowd, I should say. Sometimes it's those spontaneous matches that like you bring out your best work. It's not you're probably not overthinking as much. You're just like working it instinctual,
That's
and trusting each
100%.
other.
And especially it being because we were opening. I
Yeah,
find that if I'm not in the main event, obviously I want to be in the main event. That's where I always want to be. If I'm not
yeah,
main eventing, I love opening a show. I find I do my probably my best performances early on in the show. I think it's because what you said, you had less time to overthink things,
yeah.
less time to plan, less time to like stress out in my little brain. And you just kind of have to, as soon as the show starts, you have to go out there. And it's really fun to be like to teach the crowd how to interact and to show the
Yeah.
crowd how to react
You're
to what you're
setting the
doing to
tone.
like
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. For those who haven't seen it, well, you guys have to check it out online. Jessica has a whole collection of title defenses. She was champ for over 500 days. So again, it's a big milestone. You should be very proud of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You mentioned PWA Coliseum, your Coliseum outfit. I just discovered today that you wrestled Orange Cassidy at PWA Coliseum 2019. That's fantastic. Like, I am just like imagining your different styles, but also you two are, I feel like you can be intense, but you can also be very lax and like cheerful. So like, I'm just trying to imagine this in my head. How was your experience working with Orange Cassidy?
I agree. I think we meshed pretty well because like, I'm relaxed as a human, and like right now
Yes.
I'm pretty relaxed. But in the ring, I would say I'm not super relaxed. That's
Yeah.
probably when I get my energy out, which
Mhm.
is probably why I'm so tired all the other time. But he's like the opposite. So he's so relaxed in the ring. So you can see me throughout the match get more and more frustrated about just the lack of wrestling going on. I'm like, I don't know how to do what you're doing. I don't know how to like do the funny parts. So he's just being funny around me, and then I'm doing the wrestling around him. So it's like the best of both worlds.
I want to see if I want to see if that's available to watch because I need to see this like for my
It's
own
on
eyes.
YouTube.
Is it perfect?
Yeah, it randomly has like 2 million views or something. I don't know how, don't know why, but my mum
We need
tells me all the time.
we need a rematch because he did win that one. So like we need a rematch so you can get your revenge.
Please, I'd love one. AEW, please bring me over.
Girl, I would love to see you in that division.
Thank you.
And see that. Obviously
I mean, they're
he is
also coming to Australia, so ooh, that would be nice.
that's true. That's what,
Mm.
February? That's a couple months
They're
away.
yeah, they're coming to Sydney, I'm pretty sure. So I saw it advertised at my shopping center. So I'm here. Hi, hi.
That's right. Um
If you need
Now
someone,
hypothetically, like, who are you gonna call out for a potential match? Who are you eyeing on that roster? And in
ah,
any division, by the
ah,
way.
my brain first just goes to someone like, obviously it went to Tony Storm because like Aussie versus Aussie, how sick would that be? Then I thought of Mercedes Monet because I'm like the battle of the Meteoras because we both do a bunch of double knees.
Yes.
And also like Chris Statlander. That would be so much fun. I'd love that.
Mhm. Time of recording this, it's right before Full Gear. We're getting Mercedes versus Chris this weekend. So we
Yes.
could have a new
Maybe the winner
AW
of that.
Women's Champion. Yeah, we'll see. Um, I feel like we will definitely have some more Aussie representation on those shows. We just don't know. But we're manifesting it for you, girl, you know?
Please, please.
You deserve it, and you have worked so hard in your career, and was so happy to see that that was recognized again on the PWI 500 for 2025. Maybe a little bit salt in the wound. Chev's was a little bit higher than you, but you were number 131 best in the world. I believe second year in a row, I believe, making it.
Yes.
What was your initial reaction to seeing that again?
My initial reaction is because like normally I open because it gets announced when I'm asleep.
Yeah,
So
I
I
know.
see it I see it on Instagram or something, and it's normally a list of the Australian people that have made it or whatever. And my initial reaction is, oh, Chev's is the number I was last year. They just swapped
Yeah.
us around basically. I'm like, that makes sense though. It's pretty cool. I was happy, so proud of myself, and so like I was over the moon to be included because it does feel really special when you think about it. Like there's so many wrestlers out there, and somehow I'm in, the top 500. Insane. But also to see the massive list of Australian wrestlers, that does something for me as well. That I'd love to see more on there, but I'm happy with how it's progressing.
Could be wrong. I think Kyle Fletcher was probably the highest rated Australian. He was in
I'm pretty
around
sure, yeah.
29 or something like that. He was in the
Yeah.
20s.
Which he was
Cool.
last year, I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you and Chef's got to beat him now. Like, you need
Like
that.
it's hard. Ugh, I can try.
2026 is right around the corner. You got a whole new year. But I wanted to close out with something non-wrestling. And I just want to live vicariously through you and your retelling of it. But earlier this year, you went to Bali. I saw you on this giant swing. It looked super fun. Tell us about some of the sights you saw, the food you ate, what activities you did while in Bali.
I had the best time. It's a really popular holiday destination for Aussies,
Mm.
I think, because it's so close and we get
Yeah.
pretty cheap flights. Sorry. But it was my first time going. I definitely want to go again. We were there, so myself and Scott Green went together. We were there for 4 nights, I think. And like the highlight of the whole trip was we went to this Hindu water temple, and we were like the only people there. We had to dress in the sarongs, and then we went into the water. And even our tour at the time, tour guide was like, "I'm not going to take pictures of you guys. I want you to be really present and in the moment of what you're doing, and like manifest almost what you want from this experience while you're there." So you're like surrounded by the jungle. There's flowing water everywhere. You can hear the birds. There's like temple carvings and statues all around us. And then you have to go up to each of these kind of like dragon heads spouting up water. And you just have to like wash your face, wash your hair, wash your body under each of them while you're just kind of being present. And that was a really magical experience. I liked it a lot.
Tell me about this giant swing. Like, what exactly was it?
And then you have like because it's a massive tourist destination,
Okay.
massively tourist destination, which is how they get, I think, a bunch of their finances and their like national income. So that's great. Um, there's swings everywhere. Everywhere you go, you have those swings. That was at a restaurant.
Is that a restaurant?
Yeah, that was at a random restaurant. We went for lunch, and then they're like, "Oh yes, it's now time for your swing," and I was like, "Okay, all right,
Do you have to like swing back and then pay your check? Like, how does that work?
yeah, literally."
Wait, that's actually so iconic.
I loved it. I love any kind of like adventure ride.
Yeah. Would you say that's the most, I mean, you've traveled, I know, I mean, Australia, obviously the States, Hawaii, Bali, you've been a few other places. Would you say that's the most adventurous thing you've done? Or like what would you say it is?
I don't know. I have a really bad memory. I can't remember what I've done. What have I done? I in Chicago once. I went at the time. I think it was like the tallest building in the Northern Hemisphere, or like
Oh.
or something like that. In Chicago, and we went up, and then you walk out onto like the glass box thing, so
Yeah.
you can see down and
The
everything.
ledges, yeah, where it's tilted. I could
Yeah,
never. Mm-mm.
I got vertigo. It was crazy.
Girl, that's exactly why I couldn't do it. I legit have vertigo in real life. I could not do it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, it was I because I'm fine with heights. I'm
Yeah.
pretty good with like adrenaline based things. But I walked out and was like, why am I dizzy? Why do I feel like I'm gonna fall off the ledge? Like
I would freak out. Like, I feel like I'd be the same way. Like, no thanks. I'm good.
that was fun though. I'm trying to think of anything else I've done. Nothing cool. Just wrestle, I guess.
Wrestle across the world. That's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah. And obviously, we're going to look forward to you at PWA Kickons coming up on December 5th. I can't believe we're going to be in December. It's going to be the holiday season. Tis the season to be jolly and deliver some physical jabs at your opponents,
I
aka
can't
North Shore
wait.
Wrestling. Before we
Okay.
let you go, though, please let the listeners know where they can find you online and support you.
You can find me on Instagram and you can follow me on Twitter, but I probably won't post on there. But Instagram's more likely. It'll be
Yeah.
Jessica Troy Pro. And if you want to buy any merch, I have my big cartel set up. It should just be Jessica Troy Big Cartel if you Google search that. I'm sure it'll come up. Or my link tree. You'll find it.
Yeah, and watch your kick ass all across Australia, including
Please.
PWA. Jessica, thank you so much again for joining me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.